Hey guys, Andrew here from Tenco Hydro. This is a quick video just kind of going over the belt skimmers in general, but also the part numbers that we got for the quote that's going to go out. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get that to you. If not, sometime this week for sure. But this is our configurator. It's rather rough at this point. I'm still making some tweaks to it, but this is how we generate part numbers. We're going to go over this, and then I'm going to show you one or two of the tools that we use to also generate part numbers. So I'm going to go over here for a little bit, and this is our build a part number tool. So all of our belt skimmers start with TS, and so in this case we have two TS 124s. The 124 is the belt width. The belt size is the B 47.5 or the B40. So in this case it would be 40 feet. In this case it's 47.5 feet. M1 is the material of the belt. So in this case they're the same. Extensions, there is no extension, so we don't have any NN here or anything like that, but some people require an extension stand, and I'll show you what that is in just a minute. Controls, we've got C31 as the option for controls, and then OTP is an oil transfer package. We don't have that here. Oil transfer package is once the oil has left the belt skimmer, it can go into some type of a holding tank that's heated essentially, or some type of a holding tank. In this case, this is being plumbed into something else, so we don't need to worry about that. And then additional, we have HT as the part number. So I'm going to go back over here now to kind of walk through all of that part number configuration. So we have a TS 124. That means that it's a 24-inch belt width. The B and then the size we've got the two sizes here. We have two belt skimmers that we're going to be quoting. M1 is the nitrile collection belt material. This material is a little bit more resistant to harsher chemicals. PVK is very similar to a PVC type belt material. The two things that you don't want to happen with a belt is curling at the edges and stiffening of the belt. When those two things start happening, that's when you can start having problems. And so in a more chemically harsh environment, nitrile is a bit more expensive, but we definitely recommend it. It's going to last a longer time. You want to see a belt lasting 3 to 5 years in any environment. People use them for a lot longer than 5 years, but that's the recommendation that we have. You'll get the best quality. Extension stand is simply the metal. It's a metal chassis to make the TS 124 taller. So I'm going to show you what a picture of that is, and you know what, I'll do that now. So this is our belt length image, finding the right belt length. Some people ask, what's the right belt length for me? This is the easiest way to find it. So up here is the TS 124 or the TS anything, and here is your extension stand, which is just a stainless steel stand. Puts this at a good height for a lot of people. If you go from the bottom of your belt skimmer, of your TS 124 in this case, and then you measure down to the level of the water surface, then you get a value, and then you multiply that value by 2, and then you add 7 feet, and that is your belt length. So this is a tool that we have, and this is going to be up on our website very soon. I'll probably be putting it up actually tonight, but anyway, so that's what an extension stand is. The extension stand is this box here. I'm going to go back here and we're going to keep going through. So in this case, they already have extension stands that are good. They don't need to purchase new ones. It's just a piece of stainless steel. So often they last for a pretty long time. Going down to controls, there's really just two options. Generally speaking, we can do more things, but generally speaking, it's either an on-off switch or it's got a 24-hour timer. Most people, they'll have a daily run schedule, selectable 15-minute intervals. So essentially, most people do the timer, where there's a manual on-off, but there's a timer that runs runs for however long or short they need. We can also do 3-phase. Other controls that we can do is we can do a variable speed belt skimmer. It's never been a common request, but we can do anything when it comes to controls. If someone wants a fancier belt skimmer, these are by far and away our most common options. OTP is the oil transfer package, so we don't have that in this case, but it is essentially you've got some type of a holding tank and a pump, or you've got a basket strainer over your holding tank. A lot of times these holding tanks are heated or insulated. You can have pump controls. You can have an oil concentrator as well. So the transfer package just stores the oil once it's been skimmed. So in this case we're not using any of that. And then additional options is possibly heated trough. We are doing that one. Anytime in your territory, a heated trough, we're always going to recommend that. Because of the fact that winter exists, and honestly, heated troughs we recommend as far as Florida. I mean, even the oranges freeze sometimes. So these are some other additional options. Variable speed you see down here, custom panel capabilities, relays and PLCs. I already spoke to these options with this customer, but if anybody wants any type of level indication and a horn and a strobe saying my oil tank is full or my oil tank is empty or anything at all. If they want to put this into a larger system and tie in a DP flow meter and have signals in a panel, going, whatever they want to do with that kind of stuff, we've done quite a bit with. We have a lot of custom panel and PLC capabilities. And I mentioned it, and I mentioned really the horns and strobes would be a major one, or a PLC tie-in in this case. And he said perhaps in the future those things would be nice additions, but as of now, not needed. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about where these part numbers came from, and then all of our different options. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is we are quoting a brand new belt skimmer and a rebuild kit. So if we go over to the Tenko Hydro website, and then we go under Services, Skim Clean Maintenance Packages, that gets us to here. So we have a 5-year maintenance plan. So for any belt skimmer in your territory, this is what we recommend. It's a nice touch point for customers. At 2.5 years, it's a pretty small order, but at 5 years, ordering a new belt, it can be a little bit more. So not too bad, right? But definitely a good touch point. A lot of our belt skimmers are a lot older than 5 years, so we do a good amount of marketing in this area. But of course, feel free to send this to any customer that's in your territory and say, hey, just want to make sure your belt skimmer is being well maintained. So there's a couple of pieces that at 5 years, but what we're quoting today is the full rebuild kit. So if a belt skimmer is 15 years or more old, this is a really nice option for people. They can buy a new one, and in this case we're quoting both because we're not sure what the customer quite wants, but we reuse the existing stainless steel chassis or the stainless steel housing, and then we replace pretty much all of the components. So here are all the components that we're replacing, and I'm going to show a drawing of this in just a second. We ship this. We can do this in two different ways. We can ship all of these components to the customer, and the customer can assemble them. We don't really recommend that. What we recommend is that they ship us the metal stainless steel housing that they have, and we rebuild it with a Tenko technician. We'll add an additional 1-year warranty, and that's $1,500. So honestly, it's a pretty good deal. We recommend that. And you know what? I need to hit refresh here because the full rebuild kit has a PDF. So I'm going to click on this now. And these are all the components that we are replacing. And I'm just going to zoom in for a minute. Over here is the full material list of what a belt skimmer is. This is okay for customer facing because there's no part numbers, and these components are all sourced from different places, and we have that information. But anyways, so highlighted here are all the components that would be replaced with a full rebuild. We're not replacing certain nuts and bolts, like right here is just threaded, it's just threads with nuts. we're not replacing that, and the housing we're not replacing, but all the major components we are replacing. So this is a good guide for you guys if you want to go through it, and then you can send this to a customer. In this case, I'm going to let you guys take over the sale. I did talk to the customer and got the part number, but from here on out, if you want to send them this sheet, you can. This one's up to you guys now. So thanks so much. Looking forward to working with you guys, and feel free to save this video or share it. This is sort of a brief overview of belt skimmers. And of course, I'll just say the 5-year maintenance package, it's a similar thing, just less items. So thanks so much, guys. Talk to you later.